Hey guys, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. In this video, I'm going to be covering website care, and it's a really important topic. It actually should be addressed by the business owner, the website owner, from day one of when you start building your website. But it especially becomes important towards the middle and there at the end, and then obviously in the future going forward, making sure that you are protecting your investment. So it's all of the money that you put forth building, designing your website, maybe hiring people to help you build your site, all of the software, the technology stack, everything, all of the investment that you put in, the blood, sweat, and tears of building this business. You need to protect it from day one. A lot of times people will say, I don't need website care until I get going, until I start making money. Well, that is the wrong way to look at it unless you just have a hobby. If you are building an actual business, you got to protect that information, that data from day one. Once somebody's in there, you don't know when that's going to happen. So that security day one is really important, which is part of website care. So that's why I say day one, I highly recommend that you get website care in place. It doesn't matter if you hire somebody like myself or somebody else to do the website care for you. If you know how to do it and you're comfortable doing, all the things that we're going to cover in this video, then by all means. But my main point here is that you need to really be paying attention to this stuff from day one when you start building your site. Okay. So this is going to be part of the educational series, How to Build an Online Business with the MyListing WordPress theme. We are winding down this series. This will be the second to last video. I'll do one more after this as far as like the big videos that I have planned. But I may come back, I may circle back and add or replace videos maybe as we go along in the future. But this might pretty much wrapping up the end of this series. It's been a fun ride, but let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be using the MyListing project template as our guide here, as we've done throughout this educational series. If you go to the MyListing Club website, that's mylisting.club, scroll down the homepage just a bit, click on the MyListing project template card. It's going to walk you through what this project template is all about. But you're going to see here in this video, I'm going to show you a live look at this template in its entirety. But anyway, if you want to scroll through here, you can. There's another walkthrough video here, and then a changelog. I've been adding quite a bit to it these past couple days, but this is a changelog of all of the things that I've been adding or updating to this. Okay, if you want to buy it, just click the Buy Now button. If you are a club member, depending on which level of membership you have, you're going to get a good discount for this. If you're an Ultimate member, it is included in your membership. You can download it as many times as you want. If you purchase a starter site from me, I'll give you the latest copy as part of your purchase. And if you're on a website care plan with me, you can ask for a copy of it anytime you'd like, and I'll get it for you. All right, let's go ahead and close this down. This is a live look at the project template in its entirety. For the cost that I'm charging for this thing, it pays for itself within the first few minutes. I mean, honestly, there's just so much stuff in here. And also, like as a bonus tip, pro tip, if you build websites for people, I mean, get this and use it yourself, sell it to your clients if you want, like whatever you want to do, but highly recommend it. Okay, so we are in the website care column here. We talked about in the last video how to launch the website and everything involved in that. So here we are, like I said, from website care. We're going to just run through these task cards together. So let's go ahead and get into it. This very first one here is just an intro to my services. Whether you're coming in through my listing club or my agency, WP Turned Up, I've got a couple of links there. You can sign up. I've already done a video on what the service is all about and what all it includes. So I won't rehash that, but you can check that out. I also want to say before we go any further that this is going to be 90%, if not 100%, me just talking. So if there's something I feel like you guys need to see, I will let you know here. Otherwise, feel free to just put me on audio only and listen while you do some other stuff there. Okay, uptime monitoring. You should always monitor your website to identify and investigate downtime to ensure ongoing stability. Pretty obvious thing here. If you don't want your website going down, because if it goes down, it's a bad look to your customers, your users. It costs you money. It costs you reputation. It's an inconvenience to the people that need to use your website. All of those types of things. There's a deal in the club for uptime monitoring. There's deals in the club for uptime monitoring solutions. And there's some guides. I use WP Umbrella. That's one of the deals you'll see. There's a guide for that, but that's what I use for uptime monitoring for my sites and my client sites. Staging environment. This is really important for keeping your production environment clean. So if you need to test a plugin, test a theme, test a custom code snippets, like whatever it is that you need to test it in your staging environment first. Another benefit to doing it this way is you can test your procedures without adjusting your live site yet, or like payments and things like that, checkout, all of those types of things. But the idea here is to not touch your production environment until you're confident in the solution or the process that you're putting in place. I've got some deals, links here for Kinsta. Kinsta is what I use for hosting my own websites and all my client websites that are on my care plans. They have awesome staging, really simple to use. They even have a new offering called premium staging, which you can buy it. It's cheaper than buying a full-blown site. But the really cool thing is that if you do it through the club, that premium staging environment is going to mimic the number of the horsepower that you can get through the club's Kinsta plan. So all those PHP workers and PHP memory allocation, you'll be able to get that those custom specs included in those premium staging environments that you can't get on your own. Okay. And then there's a guide here for Kinsta. Updating WordPress core, your WordPress theme, and your WordPress plugins. Super important, not only from a functionality standpoint, but also from a security standpoint. As updates are released, I recommend you test them in your staging environment first before updating your production environment, kind of like I mentioned in the previous task. This gives you a chance to make sure your website's design and functionality do not suffer due to any updates. Okay. Another really cool thing about staging, I know with Kinsta for sure that caching is excluded in the staging site. So a really cool thing about that is that any issues you're going to be able to expose that caching may have otherwise hidden until you cleared all levels of caching. So when you test all this stuff in staging, you're seeing the raw environment, like any issues are going to be front and center. So that's a cool aspect of that. So update WordPress core, theme, and plugins in the staging environment. And then once everything checks out, everything's good, just do that to repeat those same steps into production. Verifying website backups, very obvious one here, but a lot of people don't do it, and that is just every once in a while. Well, you should have something in place that says if backups are failing, but you mainly want to check once in a while, like make sure your scheduled backups are running. And another thing here that I'll probably add, ensure that they're running and completed. Another thing I'll probably add to this task here, once I'm done with this video, is every once in a while you'll want to do a test restore just to make sure that you're able to easily restore your site, that it's working and all that sort of thing. This is something you want to test periodically. Okay. All right. Database optimization. I do this with Perf Matters. There's some links here to get the Perf Matters deal. Perf Matters is a partner, but basically you just jump into Perf Matters and you schedule the deletion of items that are stale, like post revisions, spam comments, and so on and so forth. And it keeps your database clean and optimally running. But yeah, super simple to set up with Perf Matters. There are other solutions out there that will do it. It's just Perf Matters is what I use and recommend. Okay. Broken link monitoring. You should always be monitoring for broken links. It kind of goes back to the website uptime monitoring. It's a bad look. It's an inconvenience. You break trust with your customers and clients, visitors. If site links are broken, it can hurt your SEO. There's just a lot of things that can go bad. So you should always monitor your website to identify and investigate downtime. That's actually the wrong wording there. In short, monitor your broken links, fix them when they happen. And I do that myself with SEO Press Pro. And there's some links here to some solutions. Let me see what this links to here. Yeah, SEO Press Pro. If I'm running an actual audit, like a full-blown audit for my site or clients, I use SEO Power Suite. So there's a deal for that as well. It just goes through and scans your whole site for broken links. Okay. What's next? Form testing. Yeah, this is a pretty big one, especially with MyListing websites, because there's typically a number of forms. So you just want to check them routinely to ensure each of them reaches their destination inboxes, newsletter and email marketing lists, any other solutions where email flow has to happen. Maybe you've got triggers and stuff going with Zapier or webhooks or other solutions. As an alternative to general contact forms, you can take my approach of removing contact forms in favor of a chat widget, which has the following benefits. So this is the benefits of not having a general contact form on your site and going with a chat, which is what I have done. Eliminates the need for general contact forms, eliminates the need to test those forms, eliminates the need to fight general contact form spam, increases overall trust by you and your team by being easily accessible to your potential customers, clients, increases customer satisfaction by providing quick responses, manual and or automated. You can set up an automated bot to respond. But since I switched away from just a basic contact form, the chat widget that I use has just been paid for itself 1,000 times over. I've got a couple links here to deals to different chat solutions. I use live chat on all of my sites. The really cool thing about live chat, one of the really cool things about live chat is you buy it once and you can use it on all of your websites. Okay. So when you look at the price, think of, factor that in. Okay. So whether you have 5 websites, 50, whatever, you can use it on all of them. And then I've got a guide here, some guides here for chat solutions. Okay, monitor analytics tracking. Routinely verify that you are successfully collecting analytics for your website, as there's always a possibility that something has caused analytics to stop working. I've got some deals for some analytics solutions. Let's check those out. Plurity, Growmatic, UiPress has analytics built into it as well. And then SEO Press helps you connect to some analytics applications and view those analytics. And then some guides for analytics tracking. Growmatic, SEO Press, UiPress, Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics. There's going to be more of this to come, but this is what I have so far. So some links for you there. Same thing, but with Google Search Console. Make sure this is on the up and up. Routinely check it for errors. Fix those errors if you can. And I've got a guide here for Google Search Console. Review admin accounts. From time to time, you should review the existing WordPress administrator accounts on your website. You should limit admin level access to only yourself and those that provide ongoing, consistent support for your website. So let's say you ask the MyListing developers, the official MyListing developers, to assist you with your website, or some other person you hire for support. They may need admin access right then and there, or for a couple of days. But once that's done, be sure to either remove the account completely or change the role to like subscriber or something like that has very minimal rights. A benefit to not removing the account entirely and setting it to a very lesser role is that their credentials stay intact. So if you've documented what those credentials are, it's easier than recreating the accounts over and over again. So something to think about there. And I'll actually go back and update this task with that information that I just said. Okay. If I'm auditing a client's site or doing a tech audit for people, if I start to see more than 3 admin accounts, that's kind of like an alert to me that something needs to be addressed. Typically, you don't see more than 3. That's just in my experience. Okay, lastly here on this one is the Verify SSL Certificate. There's probably more things I'm forgetting about with website care, but these were the core things that came to my mind really quick based on what I do. But the last one here, Verify SSL Certificate. Your website must have an SSL certificate installed properly to not present security warnings in the browsers for your users and customers. It's one of those things, again, it's establishing trust with them. If they see that your site is insecure, they may just leave right away. They may be like, how can I trust this guy? Or sorry, I shouldn't say guy, or this person. With my site, if their own site has errors or whatever, or do I want to shop on this store if it says it's insecure? Do I want to submit information to a contact form or whatever if the site is insecure? While you might have an SSL certificate installed, your website might still serve images and source files with an HTTP address, which is not secure, versus HTTPS, which is secure. So if you've ever seen an error like your website has mixed content, that's what that means. You need to go run a tool back through your URLs to replace HTTP with HTTPS. Kingsta provides a really easy solution for this. It's just a search and replace tool. You drop one version of your URL in there with HTTP, and then you say replace it with HTTPS, and it'll go through those URLs and replace those for you. There's also plugins that will do that as well. But if you're on Kingsta, don't use a plugin, just use what's built into your dashboard. Mixed content on a website will also produce a security warning on the visitor's browsers and can easily be remedied with the method below. Kingsta or Elementor. So like I said, Kingsta provides a tool. Elementor also provides a tool for any URLs that are in the content created with Elementor. So let's say you drop a button widget or a text widget or whatever, and there's a URL in there. If you run the tool with an Elementor, it's going to go through and it's going to replace all of those. Okay. Here's another link to the deal for Kingsta, and then a guide for Kingsta as well, which talks about that search and replace tool. Okay, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you found this useful. Again, whether you hire me, you hire another company that does what I do, or you do this yourself, I highly recommend that you have this in mind the second you start building your website. Okay. Please hit subscribe so you know when the next videos come out, and appreciate your support. Talk to you later. Bye.